Black. I am a mom, I'm a fiance, I'm a writer, I'm a personal assistant, and I'm the founder of a charity called My Sister's Corner. My daughter Jax is 6 years old, and she's special needs and has been since the day she was born. She has chronic lung disease, she has gastroesophageal reflux disease, and she has a condition called phocomelia, which essentially means that she has foreshortened limbs. Well, her arms are short. I found out I was pregnant when I was about 5 months along, and I was sort of by myself in the whole thing, so I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, I had an idea of what I was doing, but I just kind of took it a day at a time. When I went for my first ultrasound, they told me that I needed to go to a specialist, and that scared me because they didn't really tell me what was going on. My doctor sent me to Children's in Washington, D.C., and they did another ultrasound and more tests, and they told me that Jax's liver was outside her body and she had an opening in her chest wall, and it looked like her hands were attached backwards or were attached to her shoulders. They couldn't tell because of the way she was facing. I sort of spent the better part of my pregnancy just wishing she would stay inside because I knew that she was safe there. And then the closer it got to my due date, they wanted to prepare me at Johns Hopkins for the fact that she could possibly die. Ultimately, she was fine, and it took a lot to get to where she is. There were countless doctor's appointments, and it seemed like she was being hospitalized all the time. Well, for the first 7 months, she was constantly in the hospital, and I pretty much lived in the hospital with her. It really sort of connected me to a whole different group of parents because it's completely different from parenting a normal child. It was kind of a whirlwind leaving the hospital. All the monitors and machines that she had at the hospital, she had to have at home. It stunk because, Jax and I had been in Baltimore with this huge, network of nurses, and we had hospital advocates and social workers who were there for us at every turn. It was stressful. It was so stressful. And then we had to get to know new doctors and, new nurses, and we had to learn a whole new hospital. And it was just it almost made me long for the hospitals in Baltimore. There's a familiarity and there's a sense of comfort in the situation, even when it's stressful. And then, once she was out of the hospital, on a constant basis, my life pretty much became all about taking care of my kid. There was no space for anything else. There was no room for anything. And I stopped sleeping because you don't sleep when you have a kid who's that sick. You catch cat naps, and that's what you do. And that was my life. It's crazy to think of now because after all of that rocky craziness, my life has sort of leveled out. When Jax was 3, I met my now fiance. And we just started as friends, and it was really nice to have somebody to talk to and just to be able to relate to on a level that had nothing to do with my sick child. Sometimes I could focus on me or, talk to someone that I wanted to talk to. So we talked, I think every day, and we met because of a mutual interest, a TV show that we both shared a mutual interest, and it gave us a jumping off point. We eventually met in person, and we spent time together, and ultimately Jax and I moved to so we could be close to Mika, my fiance, and it's one of the best decisions I ever made. So life with 3 instead of 2 is incredibly different. It sort of opens you back up. When we moved, to be with my fiance, it was sort of a learning process. I guess there was a learning curve involved. because I had to learn to include her. I had to learn to really open myself up to the idea of, the three of us and not just two of us. I think in a lot of ways I'm a happier person. I feel more complete. I feel like a whole person now. I don't feel like a crazy person. I have her there to kind of remind me that I'm just human and that it's okay to just be human.